What's up, guys? This is episode 6 of Building Tobruk, and in this episode I have a lot of progress I want to get done. So I've started the cobblestone you can see on the top left, and I'm going to finish that. And then also there's going to be a building sort of opposite the white one, which I'm going to fix up. And then lastly, I'm going to fix up the white building and make it a bit more destroyed to match the other building that I'm going to build that's going to be in tan. So I also sort of did this bunker look. I was debating doing like a concrete light bluish gray look, and I actually opted for the wooden with a net over the top, and then I'm gonna put some plant pieces on top. So if I can actually find some, maybe I'll use a palm leaf as an example, even though it's not gonna be super accurate, but like I'll put the palm leaves, or I might end up doing those leaf pieces that you see later. So this isn't gonna do much progress, but I actually do have progress on a lot of other stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna head into a time lapse, so I hope you guys enjoy. Things just sort of around the mark, so I'll go over those. So why don't I start with from right to left? So as you can see, I actually flipped around the mock. So this lake, which was, or beginning of a lake, which was in that corner, is actually ended up being on this corner, which means I might want to get some studs on the side bricks or something over here and make that water, or put some blue or something, because that way it's just gonna look a bit better. So that's a change I might need to make in the future, but as of now, I'm just gonna keep it like that and then keep the border sort of consistent. So I still have that dark bluish gray and then tan, because it's like the rocks and then the tan. So it's like if this was Minecraft sort of thing. Anyways, so that's the flip around. I did that mostly because I don't like seeing the inside of buildings. Corral kind of taught me that the inside of buildings isn't really super nice unless the inside is actually furnished and stuff. And most of the buildings in Corral weren't furnished, and these ones aren't either. So it made very little sense to do so. So that's why I have prevented it. So these buildings are not 100% where I want them. I'm pretty sure that one is. I really like the snot on the roof over there. This stud knot on top technique, where I have the studs on the side bricks, and then I just sort of build it out and then leave patches missing so it looks bombed out. And then the window frames and the door frames, and then also the medium nougat masonry bricks look fantastic in conjunction with the white and the black and the lattice window contrast. So that's why. And I think last episode, in episode 5, I built it out and it was just pure white, and it was a complete building. And then the next one, this one was going to be all bombed out, so it really wouldn't be that easy to follow. You're like, why is that building completely intact? So I added a crater inside, and then one on the roof, or on the top floor. And then there's still the balcony, which I lowered a bit so that these two have a similar height, so it looks a bit more uniform. Because I went back to people who've built mocks like this and stuff, and I really did enjoy the way that they built it, which is like this. And especially if you want it to be super detailed, you want to add it in the masonry bricks, which contrast the white. So that's that section. And then obviously I actually added a crater over here. I know I'm keeping the suspense on for that tan building. This piece isn't supposed to be here. Yeah, I like to show you how the mock looks sort of in progress, because I think that shows you what the actual creative process is like, you know, disassembling, reassembling, seeing how you like it, because that's really the creative process. So that's why that's there. I think I didn't do the cobblestone last time, so the cobblestone looks so amazing. It looks way better than it did on Corral, and I've really had time to add in those T-slopes, and I think it looks better than if it was just all 1x1 round versus 1x1 regular. And that's because I think it's just a bit better, because it contrasts and it's a bit more textured in shape. And so that's why I did that. And then I added in the tan, the dark tan, and the dark tan under it, because it's like, you know, these were placed on top, and then it slowly sort of filled in the grooves in between the cobblestone, cobble. And then over here is a very much more rundown road. You can see the tanks on top of it, and I actually left it blank where the tank's gonna go, because I actually only have 3 1x1s left, so the tanks are gonna cover up the rest. But that's why I did the cobblestoning like this. I think it's supposed to look a bit more rundown. And you see the building, this tan building has been quite destroyed, so it really makes very little sense that the cobblestone is intact. So here we have a lot less visible cobblestone because it's been sort of covered up. And then I'm still working out how to blend this a bit better. I think over here is way better than over there, because the idea is, you know, in the city there's water, there's oil, stuff like that, and the stand is just disturbed, and then over here it's a lot more flat, which is why it's light tan and dark tan over here. So I've laid out some minifigs just to see how many I would need. I think I have just enough 10 minifigures to make the British side work. So, and then over here I filled in that crater. That's pretty much it for this side, like I said. And now to the biggest part, which is the big sort of building. And it's a tan building, and I really took some cues from people who've built tan buildings, adding in dark tan plates, 1x whatevers, to give it texturing. I even put one of those stud on the side bricks over here to give it that texture. Then using round pieces, and then giving it this sort of basically a shell of a building look, which I really like. And then the lattice windows, obviously. And I like this idea where you have like a window which is barely covered by material, and the rest of it around it is gone because the window is just a bit stronger, and it gives it this more realistic look instead of just like a continuous slant sort of thing. So that's why it's like this. And then I just sort of tossed in a bunch of bricks over here because I don't have enough plates to plate it off over here, so I just thought I would dump a bunch of bricks, and it's like, oh look, the floor's tan, but the thing. And then this is sort of where the tank would go, sort of coming out. I want these tanks to be as far apart, so that's why it's looking like that. And so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this week. I know it's actually going to be a long video, so I hope you enjoyed the time lapse I did beforehand. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye-bye.